After you have modeled a pipe system, you can add pipe insulation. You can add insulation to pipes, pipe fittings, pipe accessories, and flex pipe. You can run interference checks using the pipe insulation as well as the piping itself. This allows for more precise modeling and becomes very important in tight locations. To add pipe insulation, first select a pipe. In the Modify Pipes contextual ribbon, you can see the pipe insulation panel. To add insulation, you can simply click Add Insulation. However, it makes much more sense to select multiple elements at once to add insulation to all of them simultaneously. For example, I'll click in blank space to deselect the pipe. Then I'll hover my cursor over a pipe and press Tab twice. This highlights all of the pipes I have in this model. Now I can add insulation. In the Pipe Insulation panel, I'll click Add Insulation. When I do, an Add Pipe Insulation dialog appears. Here, you can choose the insulation type and thickness. I'll leave the insulation type set to fiberglass and then change the thickness to 2 inches or 50 millimeters in the metric file. You can also select Edit Type to open the Type Properties dialog for the insulation. Realize that pipe insulation is a system family. The main type parameter for insulation is the material, but you could also specify any of the identity data parameters for schedules and tags. I'll click OK to close the dialog. Then I'll click OK to add the insulation. When I do, it appears that nothing has changed. This is because the pipe insulation is only visible on two-line piping, which can only be seen in a fine level of detail. So on the View control bar, change the detail level to Fine. Once you do, you can see the pipe insulation. Once insulation has been added, you can edit or remove it. For example, I'll select all of the piping again. Now in the contextual ribbon, in the Pipe Insulation panel, the Edit Insulation and Remove Insulation tools are available. I'll click Edit Insulation. When I do, the ribbon changes to the Modify Pipe Insulation contextual ribbon, and the Properties palette populates with pipe insulation properties. Essentially, this selects the pipe insulation. You cannot select pipe insulation by clicking it in the drawing area. Now you can change the type in the type selector or modify any of the instance or type properties. Looking in the Properties palette, you can see that the insulation has been added to the same pipe system as the pipe. I'll click Modify to deselect the insulation. To remove pipe insulation from an element, simply select the element that you want to remove the insulation from, and then click Remove Insulation in the contextual ribbon. Revit displays a dialog asking if you are sure that you want to remove the insulation. To remove the insulation, click Yes. As you can see, adding pipe insulation is a quick process and can really save you some trouble during the construction phase if you check for interferences with the insulation during the design phase.